Oh boy, strap in folks, because we're diving into the wacky world of Wednesday Addams, a 16-year-old girl who's as cheerful as a cloud on a rainy day. Picture this. She's got the emotional range of a teaspoon and thinks a fun day out involves a graveyard tour. Her fashion sense? Let's just say she makes a funeral look like a fashion show with her black and white gothic getup. So, our first glimpse of this ray of sunshine is her strolling into high school, looking like she's lost her pet spider. Surprise, surprise, she opens her locker and out pops her brother Pugsley, tied up with an apple in his mouth. Classic sibling love, right? Then, in a twist no one saw coming, except maybe Wednesday, she gets this psychic vision of who's been messing with her bro. Hold on to your hats, because Wednesday isn't your average teen. She's got this neat party trick where she can see people's pasts and futures with just a touch. Creepy? Absolutely. Convenient? You bet. Now, back to the bullies. After discovering it's the swim team, Wednesday decides to bring her own version of swim buddies to the pool. A couple of bags of piranhas. Talk about a pool party no one will forget. The bullies are swimming faster than Michael Phelps getting away from those chompers, while Wednesday stands there like she just pranked the class clown. Next up, we meet her parents, Morticia and Gomez. They're at their wits' end with Wednesday's pranks and ship her off to Nevermore Academy. Surprise, surprise. It's a school for the supernaturally gifted. It's like Hogwarts, but with less magic and more moodiness. And guess what? Mom and Dad are alumni, because superpowers run in the family. Meanwhile, in the woods nearby, a hiker's taking a stroll, probably regretting his life choices, because he gets attacked by something straight out of a horror movie. The local sheriff finds the hiker, and spoiler alert, it's not a happy camping story. Apparently, this kind of thing is becoming a trend around these parts. Cut to Wednesday's grand arrival at Nevermore, where she meets Principal Weems, the queen bee of the supernatural beehive. Then there's her roommate Enid, a werewolf who's basically a walking rainbow compared to Wednesday's eternal night. Enid plays tour guide, showing Wednesday the school cliques: fangs, vampires, furs, werewolves, stoners, gorgons, and scales, sirens. And then there's Bianca Barkley, the siren everyone loves to hate, and her ex, Xavier Thorpe, an artist who makes his drawings come to life. Because why not? As the Addams family says their goodbyes, they unleash Thing, the hand with a life of its own, to keep an eye on Wednesday. Because what's a little more weirdness in this story? Finally, Wednesday's in fencing class, facing off against Bianca. It's like watching an episode of Dance Moms, but with swords. And that's just the beginning of Wednesday's adventures in the school of, we're all a little strange here. Buckle up, it's going to be a weird ride. So, Wednesday and Bianca, the Addams family's own version of Serena and Venus Williams, but with swords, have this epic fencing match. It's like watching two cats in a pillow fight, only sharper. They're neck and neck until Bianca pulls a sneaky one and nicks Wednesday's cheek. First blood to Bianca, and Wednesday's probably thinking, well, that's just great. Next, Wednesday's leaving the infirmary, probably pondering the meaning of life or something, when out of nowhere, a stone gargoyle decides it's time to play Squash the Addams. But have no fear. Xavier, the artsy hero, is here to save the day. He pushes her out of the way, probably hoping for a thank you, or at least a nod. Dream on, buddy. Back in her room, Wednesday feels like she's in an episode of Big Brother. She's being watched. Lo and behold, it's Thing, the hand with more personality than most reality TV stars. Wednesday's like, listen up, hand. You're either with me, or you're a paperweight. Thing, shaking in its, wrist, agrees to be her loyal sidekick. Because of her piranha party trick, Wednesday now has to attend therapy. But this isn't your average, how does that make you feel session. Nope, Wednesday's playing Houdini and escaping through the bathroom window. Classic. Then, she bumps into a random guy and gets a vision of his doom. It's like she's got a crystal ball, but it only shows the bad stuff. Freaked out, she runs to a coffee shop where she meets Tyler, the barista with a broken espresso machine. Wednesday, apparently fluent in Italian and machine repair, fixes it and asks for a ride. But wait, there's more. A trio of bullies in pilgrim costumes start to hassle her. Wednesday's patience snaps like a twig and she shows them who's boss. The principal, Larissa, shows up, and boy, is she not happy. She's like an angry mom picking up her kid from a party gone wrong. They drive back and pass the guy from Wednesday's vision, proving that her crystal ball is spot on. That night, Wednesday's on her balcony, playing the cello like she's in a moody music video, with werewolves howling in the background. Enid, her werewolf roommate, spills the beans that she can't transform. It's like being a werewolf with stage fright. In comes Thing, sliding into Tyler's room like it's sending a DM, asking him to call Wednesday. Tyler, scared out of his wits, agrees. Wednesday's like, hey, let's meet at the Harvest Fair, it'll be fun. But we all know she's planning her next great escape. At the fair, Larissa's got her eyes on Wednesday like she's guarding the crown jewels. So, there's Wednesday, teaming up with Tyler to make a grand exit. But, oops, she runs into Rowan, her classmate who has the chill factor of a cucumber in a freezer. Now hold your horses because things get weird. Wednesday touches Rowan, and bam. She has a vision of him being mauled to death. Not exactly the kind of future you'd want to see in a fortune cookie. But wait, it gets better. Instead of thanking her for the heads up, Rowan decides to play Tarzan and hoists her up a tree with his telekinesis powers. Talk about gratitude. Rowan spills the beans that his mom, a seer, had a vision of Wednesday destroying Nevermore Academy. His solution? Kill Wednesday before she can redecorate the school in doom and gloom. As he's choking her with his mind, because that's normal. Out of nowhere, a monster jumps in, goes all WWE on Rowan, and then just vanishes. Poof. Like a bad magic trick. Wednesday's left standing over what's left of Rowan, holding a drawing that his mom made of her. Talk about a creepy fan art. Next up, the police, led by the sheriff, join the party but can't find Rowan's body. The sheriff thinks it's a student prank because, obviously, invisible monsters aren't on his suspect list. Then, plot twist. Rowan shows up alive, because why not? Back in her room, Wednesday finds Enid obsessing over the Po Cup, a boat race that's probably more exciting than watching paint dry. She tries to talk to Rowan, but Principal Larissa is like, nope, he's been expelled, no more info. So Wednesday's like, fine, I'll do it myself, and gets Thing to spy on him. Cut to Rowan at the train station, pulling a Mission Impossible and changing into an old man. Thing, clearly not the best detective, loses him. Then the old man morphs into Principal Larissa. Done, done, done. She's a shapeshifter covering up a murder. Left with no clues, Wednesday and Tyler, who's tailing his dad, family bonding, anyone, go woods exploring. They find Rowan's glasses, and Wednesday has another vision. This time, it's about a purple book from an old student society called the Nightshades. Spooky, right? After class, Wednesday does her best ninja impression and sneaks into Rowan's room, finding a mask under his bed. But then, Xavier, Rowan's roommate, shows up, and she dives under the bed like it's a game of hide and seek. She overhears Bianca, Xavier's ex, plotting to crush Enid in the boat race. Because high school drama isn't complete without some boat race rivalry. So, what does Wednesday do? She decides to join the boat race to help Enid take down Bianca. It's like the Hunger Games, but with paddles and life jackets. Alright, sports fans, gather around for the highlight of the year at Nevermore Academy, the Po Cup competition. It's like the Olympics, but with more drama and fewer rules. Wednesday and Enid are all geared up, looking like they're ready to conquer the world, or at least a small lake. The game is simple. Row to a point and back without taking a swim, thanks to your competitors. Bianca, the queen of playing dirty, has her eyes on the prize and isn't above using her mermaid friend to play demolition derby with the boats. Talk about having friends in high places, or in this case, deep waters. As the race kicks off, Bianca's mermaid buddy dives in and starts her version of Battleship, sinking one of the teams. But hey, Wednesday and Enid aren't newbies. They come prepared with their secret weapon, Thing. Yes, the disembodied hand turns out to be quite the mermaid catcher. Who knew? Amidst the chaos, Wednesday has another one of her trademark visions. This time, she meets her blonde-haired doppelganger, who cryptically tells her she's the key. Cryptic messages in the middle of a boat race? That's Wednesday's life for you. Snapping back to reality, she sees Bianca's team leading, but Wednesday and Enid decide to fight fire with fire, or in this case, dirty tricks with dirtier tricks. In a stunning twist, they cross the finish line first, breaking the 4-decade-long siren-winning streak. Take that, mermaids. As Enid holds the Po Cup trophy, Wednesday's attention is elsewhere. She's busy brooding with Edgar Allan Poe's statue, because who else would she hang out with? There, she finds a mysterious symbol, the same one from the creepy picture Rowan had. After solving riddles that would make the Sphinx jealous, she snaps twice, and voila, a secret chamber appears. It's like Hogwarts, but more goth. Inside, Wednesday finds the book from which Rowan tore the picture, but before she can make her next move, she's bagged and dragged off by Bianca, Xavier, and some other Nightshades Club members. Surprise! The club's back, and now it's invite only. Xavier tries to recruit Wednesday, but she's like, "No thanks, I'd rather watch cringe TikTok videos." And off she goes, leaving the secret society in her dust. Cut to Principal Larissa announcing Outreach Day, where the students mingle with normal people. It's like a zoo day, but the animals are supernatural teens. In town, Wednesday breaks the news to Xavier about Rowan possibly being dead. Xavier's in denial, thinking Rowan just got a timeout from school. Wednesday shows him the mysterious drawing, and Xavier drops a bombshell. The man in it is Joseph Crackstone, Jericho's founder. Later, Wednesday volunteers at Pilgrim World, the most thrilling place in Jericho. There, she reunites with Eugene from the beekeeping club, because why not add bees to this already buzzing story? Pilgrim World is a kind of place where excitement goes to die. Here she meets Miss Arlene, the caretaker who's probably older than some of the artifacts she's showing off. They get a tour of Joseph Crackstone's greatest hits, including farm tools, some old plates, and the pièce de résistance, the family chamber pot, because nothing says historical treasure like an old toilet. Wednesday, in her typical "I'm too cool for school" manner, wants to work there, but surprise, it's under renovation. Instead, they're all off to Ye Olde Fudgery to hand out fudge to tourists. Talk about a downgrade. Later, Wednesday and her sidekick Eugene go on a secret mission to the Crackstone family chamber. She finds a painting of the old meeting house featuring the girl from her visions and a book she was carrying. But, plot twist, the pages are blank. It's like opening a bag of chips and finding it's all air. Just then, Arlene catches them, and after a bit of arm twisting, admits the original book was stolen. The plot thickens, and it's not even fudge. Next, we're at the coffee shop with Tyler and Wednesday, who's now inquiring about Crackstone's old meeting house. Tyler spills the beans that it's now a 5-star accommodation for meth heads. Talk about a historical landmark. Off go Wednesday and Thing into the woods, looking for Crackstone's Airbnb. They bump into a homeless guy, but Thing, being the friendly hand it is, scares him off. Wednesday then goes on a 400-year time travel trip in her mind. She sees Goody Addams, the village's least favorite witch, being accused by Joseph Crackstone and sentenced to a barn BBQ. Goody, not taking things lying down, accuses them back of being land-stealing, peace-destroying party poopers. Wednesday, who's apparently time-traveling as a hobby now, watches all this unfold. Goody escapes through a trapdoor, telling Wednesday that Crackstone won't stop until he's exterminated them all. It's like a bad game of tag, but with higher stakes. Back in the present, Wednesday spots the monster that got Rowan. She chases it but can't keep up because apparently, monsters have better cardio. The footprints start turning into human ones. Done, done, done. The monster is just a person with a really good costume. She runs into Xavier to share her discovery, but the rain, being the ultimate party pooper, washes away the evidence. Just when you think you've got proof, nature says, nope. The next day, they're all in the town square for the unveiling of a statue dedicated to Crackstone, because what better way to honor a historical villain? Wednesday, ever the music enthusiast, plays Don't Stop by Fleetwood Mac with the band. It's like Woodstock, but with pilgrims and less fun. Thing, the hand with more sass than a reality TV star, follows Wednesday's orders and turns the statue into a bonfire. Meanwhile, Wednesday, cool as a cucumber, is playing the cello like she's in her own dramatic music video. People are running around like they just saw a ghost, and there's Wednesday, probably thinking, this is my jam. Later, Principal Larissa, in true principal fashion, gives Wednesday a scolding that could peel paint. She thinks Wednesday's behind the BBQ statue show, but Wednesday, the queen of comebacks, basically tells her off for ignoring Jericho's not-so-sunny history. Cut to later that night. Remember the homeless guy from earlier? Well, he's having a worse night than anyone. He gets attacked by our resident nightmare monster, and his camera, ever the overachiever, starts a photo shoot of the whole ordeal. Fast forward, and the sheriff's team, probably thinking they're in a CSI episode, find the guy and his camera. They develop the photos, hoping for a clue, and voila, they see the face of the killer, a monster straight out of a horror flick. It's like they ordered a murderer on Amazon and got the deluxe monster package.